Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be your weekly spiritual guidance and advice. I've got a couple of decks out. This is for the collective. Let's see what the energy is. This first deck is called Soul's Journey. It's by James Von Prague. He's one of my mentors. He helped me to uncover my spiritual gifts and calling, so I love his deck. Let's see. These ones are called lesson cards. Ooh, that's a big one. Fear. So we need to overcome the fear. Fear comes from our ego. So if we feed the ego, the fear will grow. If we squash the ego, love will take over. One of the things that I learned in my, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, the seminar that I took with James Von Prague was that we make all of our decisions based out of two emotions, fear or love. So if we're basing all of our decisions on fear, we're letting the ego take control. The fear is something that we need to release. One of my first sessions that I had was about uncovering what is holding you back. And so part of that was discovering how to face my fear and overcome it and find courage. And so courage, the word, came up for me several times while I was going through my dark night of the soul and my spiritual awakening. I had to dig deep. I had to sit with those feelings of fear and understand, why did I have those to begin with? What was I truly so afraid of? One of those was being seen. So it's still something that I'm processing. It's still something that I'm trying to overcome, and you might be too. Fear is something that you need to realize that you are testing your resolve to live in the energy of love. So they're both four-letter words, right? Fear and love. Fear is false emotions appearing real. It means the ego is in control. If love is in control, it means that we're listening to our heart and our intuition. So it's a really important lesson. So what fears are you overcoming? I feel like there could be a lot of them, and that's okay. That means we've got some inner work to do. All right, what else do we need to see this week? Purpose. I know what I am here to do. What is your purpose? If you don't know, I have a spiritual gifting course here for free on YouTube. Feel free to check that out. It's 5 videos. You work through the exercises, and it's going to have a quiz in the comments of the first video so you can figure out what your spiritual gifts are. Your purpose or your calling is typically different than your 9-to-5 daily career. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they are not, but you always have a purpose for being here. So, can you find the peace? Spirit's wanting to see. Can you find the peace? I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So release it. Get rid of it. Drop the baggage. Drop the heavy load. Go towards your purpose. Go towards love, and go towards peace. One more. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I love that it's got a laughing Buddha here for the laughter humor card. I feel like sometimes life gets really heavy, right? And in my world, it does too. So sometimes you've got to shift the energy. My dogs make me laugh uncontrollably sometimes. They're a bunch of goofballs. Sometimes they drive me batshit crazy too, but I love them to pieces. My children make me laugh. I have 4 sons. They make me laugh hysterically, especially when they're all together because they feed off each other and they're a bunch of goofballs. And I love when they can make me laugh. Sometimes we just need to find the silly side of life, right? I don't edit out all my goof ups. I hope that if I goof up on something, you guys will have a chuckle too. That's why I don't edit them out, because I'm human and I want you guys to see that I'm just a real person like you are. All right, Spirit, what do the angels have for us? What do we need to see? Thank you, angels. What messages does my collective need for the week? What is happening? That one's flipped weird. Let's see. Ooh, trust the universe. That's a big one. All right, so having trust in the divine as opposed to fear, right? Trust and courage, bravery, all those things. We're replacing that negative emotion of fear with something that's more positive. Do you trust in your calling? Do you trust in your purpose? Do you trust in the divine energy to guide you where you need to be? Your spirit team, the angels, all of these entities that we have to help assist us. Do you trust that? If not, you really should. Spirit's trying to get your attention, and they need you to listen deeply. You have a purpose here that you are meant to fulfill. Some of us fulfill those and some of us do not. It's always a choice. But Spirit's trying to get your attention. They're going to come through in many different ways. If you ignore a little whisper, they might tap you on the shoulder. If you ignore the tap on the shoulder, you might get a little nudge. And when the nudge doesn't work, sometimes we hit a brick wall. I call it brick wall learning. It's if we're really stubborn, if we're not paying attention to the subtle cues that Spirit is giving us, they'll get louder until we pay attention and we listen. Spirit's trying to show you that it's time to transform, that there's something that is greatly changing in your life, and that's going to help usher in the peace that you're looking for. And it brings in some joy and contentment. So maybe you can have a little bit more fun. Maybe you can laugh again. Maybe you can crack a smile. I promise your face won't break. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know? Signs from the universe or from Spirit. White eagle, ancestor spirit. There's something that you are able to heal at this time through your lineage, through your family line. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. You got to overcome the fear. Sometimes that's the hardest part. When you're really trying to work through the really hard stuff in life, the fear can be something that holds you back. Maybe you're a black sheep in your family. I am. I'm the redheaded stepchild. No, I don't have red hair. However, I have always been the outcast in my family. I've always been the one that's different, or the weirdo, the nerd, the one that everybody wants to use as a scapegoat. And if that resonates for you, welcome to the channel. You're in good company. We try and break cycles over here. We try and work through the obstacles so that we can actually become our best version of ourselves. And that's the purpose of my podcast. There we go, trying to put words together that aren't words. I feel like you have some big shoes to fill, but they are your shoes to feel. So step into those shoes. Listen deeply to what Spirit's trying to show you, because there is some divine healing that's trying to come in. Hilaron tells us that we need to open our heart space. So I feel like your heart chakra might be being activated. When mine first started to activate, I was having a lot of heart palpitations, scared me to death, thought I was having a heart attack. I wasn't. I had everything checked out. I had everything worked up, blood work done, EKGs, stress tests, echocardiograms. My heart was fine. So what was causing it? It was spiritual. It was energetic. So part of that is all of your chakras need to be in alignment, right? They need to be fully functional for us to really work well. So your heart space could be being activated. Don't ignore anything that you think could be something medical. Go get those things checked out. And if there's nothing medical going on, it's spiritual, and you need to work through those things. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Your heart space is going to help heal other people, maybe even yourself. All right, what else do we need to know from the Ascended Masters this week? Show us what we need to see. Dwal Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time towards happiness. We know that the happiness is coming, but we have to transform and find our peace and our joy in order to get there. One more, Odin. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is and follow your intuition. So your intuition is going to help you to see things more clearly. So let's get some sign symbols and synchronicities. What do they need to see? The ghost. This is about facing your fear. It really says fear of the unknown, ghost hunting, or the unknown. There could be some spirit activity around you, but I feel like it's more fear-based. So we've got to squash the fear. Explosive. Watch out for tempers flaring. I feel like there could be somebody that's prone to violence, somebody that's prone to like aggression. They could be like a ticking time bomb. They might have a fragile ego. Use some caution. It might be you. All right, the blindfold. So somebody could be confused because they're not seeing a situation clearly. There could be something unseen, or there could be some illusions. Remove the blinders. See things for what they are. Music. Maybe you need to turn on your favorite music and you need to have a jam session. I have concerts with my dogs on a regular basis when everybody's at work or out of the house. We crank our favorite music. I sing and I dance with my dogs because I enjoy it. I love to sing. So creating some meaningful expression, creating a harmonious sound. Maybe you write music, maybe you sing, maybe you play an instrument. Maybe you just need to play a little music and change the vibe. The lollipop says that we're going to get to enjoy the sweeter things in life. Love that. a full moon. I can't remember when the next one is, so look that up on your end. Some sort of complete clarity. Something's about to be illuminated. There is some mystery and magic around it. It is time to cut the cords somewhere in your life. You got to see it for what it is. Cut the cords, release those things. Watch out for the creepy voyeur, somebody who might be watching you. And we have music and melody. I love it. So Spirit says music is super important at this time. You're creating a pleasing sound, meaningful expression. Express how you feel. Have a great week.